Here we're going to solve this quadratic equation. We can't factor it, so we're going to need to use the quadratic formula, which I've written here. And for this one, the answer is going to have an imaginary number in the answer, so I wrote this here to remind us that I equals the square root of -1. So when you're solving using the quadratic formula, you need to first identify what A, B, and C are. In this case, A is 3. It's the number in front of the x squared. B is -2, the number in front of the x. And C, the constant added at the end. So it's +2. So when we substitute these into the quadratic formula, we have negative whatever B is, plus or minus B squared minus 4 times A times C. All of that divided by 2 times A. So always check yourself after you substitute into a formula. That's the biggest mistake I see with this, is something was substituted wrong, some negative or minus sign was overlooked. So double check it, and then you just start simplifying. So I'm going to rewrite this, but -2 is the same as +2, plus or minus. -2 squared is -2 times -2, so that's 4. And then minus 4 times 3 times 2, so minus 24. All of that divided by 6. So now I'm going to simplify some more. We have 2 plus or minus 4 minus 24 is -20. All of that divided by 6. Now at this point, I'm going to remind myself that that -1 under the square root is the same as I. So I'm just going to bring that out now. So I'm going to write 2 plus or minus I, and now I have a +20. Now I can look at it one more time and think, okay, can I take anything else out from under that square root? Can I simplify this anymore? And I know that 20 is the same as 4 times 5. So, and I can take the square root of 4. So think of that as 4 times 5. I can't take the square root of 5, it's going to give me a decimal, but the square root of 4 is 2. So this is 2 plus or minus 2i. The square root of 4 is 2. And then leave that 5 in there. So now this is the answer. Unlike a regular quadratic formula equation, at this point you would split up that plus or minus into 2 different answers. However, when you have an imaginary number there, you can't combine, like I can't add 4 plus I. I would have to leave it as 4 plus I. They're not like terms that you can combine. So we can't add that numerator together because I is an imaginary number. So there's no need to split it up into 2 different answers. But you can simplify this a little bit more. If you think of this as 2 divided by 6, or the fraction 2/6, that's the same as 1/3 plus or minus, and then another 1/3, and then you have your I square root of 5. You could write it like that, or you could just put the 3 in the denominator and just have 1 plus 1 plus or minus square root of 5. Or you can write it as 1 plus I square root of 5 over 3.